Genetic Ancestry Rebellion. Chapter 2. Beneath the Surface.
The rebel outpost was nothing like Mina had imagined. Hidden beneath the ruins of an ancient city, it was a sprawling network of tunnels and chambers illuminated by bioluminescent fungi and solar-powered lamps. The air was damp and cool, carrying the faint smell of earth and machinery. As Zara Kane led Mina and Elias deeper into the labyrinth, the hum of voices and clinking tools echoed through the halls, evidence of a bustling underground community. "We've been here for 5 years," Zara said, glancing back at them. "Built it all from scratch after the architects discovered our last base. It's not much, but it keeps us alive." Mina's mind raced as she took in her surroundings. The people they passed ranged from seasoned fighters to wide-eyed children, all working with a singular purpose. Zara's words lingered in her mind. The architects discovered our last base. Shed always assumed resistance movements against shadowy overlords were the stuff of legends, not something Shed find herself caught up in. They reached a central chamber filled with monitors, holographic displays, and a massive circular table covered in maps and schematics. Captain Darius Venn was waiting, his imposing figure commanding attention. Beside him stood 2 others, a wiry man with sharp features and a woman with braided hair and a no-nonsense demeanor. "Dr. Aras, Elias," Darius said, gesturing to the newcomers. "Welcome to Bastion. This is Rico," he pointed to the wiry man, "our chief engineer, and Ayana, our communications specialist." Rico nodded curtly, while Ayana offered a quick smile. "We've heard a lot about you," Ayana said. "The archive you found might be the break we've been waiting for." "Assuming we can keep it out of the architect's hands," Rico muttered, his tone skeptical. Mina glanced at Elias, who gave her a reassuring nod. Summoning her courage, she stepped forward. "The archive is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's not just data, it's a blueprint, a record of how the architects shaped early human evolution. If we can decode it fully, it might give us an edge." Darius folded his arms. "The architects won't let that happen. We need to move fast. Zara, what's the status on the scouting teams?" Zara pulled up a holographic map, sections of it flashing red. "We lost contact with Alpha Team 3 hours ago. Beta Team spotted increased architect drone activity near Sector 12. They're pulling back to avoid detection." "Then we're out of time," Darius said. He turned to Mina. "You'll work with Rico and Ayana to secure the archive's data. Elias, you'll need you with Zara to prepare for an assault. If the architects come here, we'll need every advantage we can get." Mina followed Rico and Ayana to a smaller chamber filled with an array of advanced equipment. Rico wasted no time, his hands flying over a console as he integrated Mina's holo terminal with their systems. Ayana monitored external communications, her expression tense as she filtered through encrypted transmissions. "Let's see what we've got," Rico muttered, pulling up the archive's data. Lines of code and fragmented images filled the display, a chaotic jumble that seemed impossible to untangle. "This will take days," Mina said, her frustration evident. "We don't have days," Rico snapped. "The architects are already moving. If we don't decrypt this fast, it's game over." Ayana glanced over her shoulder. "Rico, ease up. She's the reason we even have this data." Mina took a deep breath, steadying herself. "There's a pattern," she said, pointing to the display. "Look here and here. These sequences repeat at irregular intervals. It's almost like a cipher." Rico frowned, studying the data. "You might be onto something. If we can isolate the repeating sequences, we can build a decryption key." "Let's do it," Mina said, rolling up her sleeves. Meanwhile, Zara and Elias were in the armory, preparing for what felt like an inevitable confrontation. Zara handed Elias a compact energy rifle, her movements practiced and efficient. "Ever used one of these?" she asked. Elias shook his head. "I'm more comfortable with lab equipment." "Stick with me," Zara said. "You'll be fine." Elias examined the rifle, his fingers fumbling with the unfamiliar controls. "Do you really think we stand a chance against them?" Zara's expression hardened. "We have to. The architects see us as pawns in their game, nothing more. If we don't fight back, we'll never be anything else." Their conversation was interrupted by a sharp beep from Zara's communicator. She activated it, and Ayana's voice came through, urgent and strained. "Zara, we've got incoming, architect drones heading straight for Bastion, ETA 10 minutes. Zara's jaw tightened. "We'll hold them off, Ayana. Tell Darius to ready the defenses." The next few minutes were a blur of activity. Alarms blared as the rebels scrambled into position, weapons at the ready. Darius took command, his voice steady and authoritative as he issued orders. Mina, still working in the lab, felt the tension mounting. The hum of machinery and the frantic clicking of keyboards filled the air as she and Rico raced against time. The archive's secrets were tantalizingly close, but every second felt like an eternity. "We've got it!" Rico exclaimed suddenly. The data on the screen resolved into coherent schematics and text. Mina's eyes widened as she scanned the decrypted files. They detailed not only the genetic experiments, but also weaknesses in the architect's infrastructure, a potential blueprint for their downfall. Before they could celebrate, the ground shook violently and the lights flickered. Ayana's voice crackled over the intercom. "They're here! All units, prepare for engagement!" Mina grabbed the holo terminal and followed Rico to the command center, where Darius and Zara were coordinating the defense. The monitors showed a swarm of drones descending on the outpost, their sleek forms glinting in the dim light. "Focus fire on the central column," Darius ordered. "Break their formation." Energy weapons lit up the cavern as the rebels fought back with everything they had. Zara's team moved with precision, taking down drones one by one, but the architect's forces were relentless. In the chaos, Mina's mind sharpened. She turned to Darius. "We can use the data. The archive details vulnerabilities in their drone networks. If we can transmit a disruptive signal, we might be able to disable them." Darius nodded. "Do it. Ayana, get her access to the transmitter." Ayana led Mina to a console, and together they worked to upload the signal. Minutes felt like hours as the battle raged around them. Finally, the system confirmed the transmission. A pulse rippled through the cavern and the drones faltered. One by one, they dropped from the air, their lights flickering out. A cheer rose from the rebels, but Darius' face remained grim. "This was just a probe," he said. "The architects know we're here now. They'll send more."